Dreamscape presents Tempting the Earl by Rachael Miles, narrated by Joan Walker. Chapter 1. The man pursued her from the other side of the street, tracking her every step. Olivia had been lucky to notice him, or she would have led him straight to her next meeting. Now she needed to go somewhere, a market, a crowded shop, anywhere to give herself a chance to escape. If he hadn't already recognized her, then all could still be well. But the street was quiet, and the shops too small. Nowhere to hide. She looked for her pursuer in the reflection of a shop window as she passed. Still there. She forced herself not to increase her pace. If she hurried, he would know she'd seen him. Ahead, a carriage pulled to her side of the street, and two footmen carrying packages stepped out of a shop. Footmen and packages meant women shopping. She looked at the shop's sign, an open book beside a stack of papers and a jar filled with quills. A bookshop and stationer. She could just read the name of the shop. The African's Daughter. A chance. Olivia eyed the distance to the carriage, estimating how long it would take for the women to leave the shop and step into the coach, and for the coach to pull away. Each moment the women delayed leaving the shop became a moment gained for Olivia to reach the coach. The footman opened the door to the shop, and two women, well-dressed and laughing, stepped out. Olivia clenched her fingers on her worn reticule, holding it close to her belly. In the lining she tucked the instructions Mentor had given her for meeting her informant. Usually she memorized the complicated dance of sign and countersign, but she had told herself it wouldn't matter this once. But if he caught her, if he found the paper, then it would matter a great deal, and not just for herself. More than a year had passed since she penned an essay on the struggles of returning soldiers and sent it off to the fashionable newspaper, The World. If she had believed the editor would publish it, she would have chosen a better pseudonym than An Honest Gentleman. She hadn't intended to become the banner-bearer for the rights of man. But her essay struck a chord with the British, weary from the wars and the ensuing poor economy. Her correspondence with the editor, a Mrs. Helena Wells, known for her deft editing of The World and her charismatic performances on the Drury Lane stage, had quickly turned to friendship. And soon her essays began appearing every week. Not long after, her former employers at the Home Office found a use for her new work. Having discovered that old enemies of England were using the periodical press to convey state secrets abroad, they asked her to pay careful attention to the path of the information that came her way. She'd almost
Sample complete. Ready to continue?